Key here. Today we're here to talk about speed. So, if you're under the age of 18, you probably don't really get to determine your own speeds. Usually, whatever's going on with school or your parents or whoever's currently above you determines how fast that you need to go. But once you're over that age and in anything outside of that environment, you have to start thinking about how fast or your tempo, how fast, how slow, what's considered fast, what's considered slow. You have to set those parameters for yourself. I have been thinking I'm moving slow, but apparently my perception of how fast I need to go and how fast things really are can be adjusted. So I tend to rush myself a lot. I tend to always think that I could be or should be doing more than I am at the moment. But now I'm registering that I'm rushing. So rushing seems, oh, okay, oh, you're just ambitious, oh, you just want to get where you want to get to. It's an admirable trait, but to me now it seems like a detrimental thing to have going on in my brain, since I'm realizing how detrimental it is to the process of where I'm going in the first place. So I drew this image, I'll post it in the corner, of I'll just describe it. Say you have two dots and they're here, right? The closer you bring them together, the more the line, so there's two dots and a line between them. If you move them closer together, it creates all this just mountain, just strong hills and valleys in between, because everything's just too close. It's too much pressure. It's too much pressure. If I want to reduce that pressure, I have to just give it more time, give it more space, put more dots in between it, make it like a trail instead of this. All the mountains and the valleys and the pressure, it stops you from even starting. So it's not necessarily procrastination. It's really you're delaying yourself because of your expectations. So you legitimately have to just accept this is going to take longer than you expected to move forward. It's fundamental. It has to happen. It's not just, oh, it would be cute little something you put on a mug. It has to. It's very important. And another thing, when people say break things down, same thing. Everything always feels way too high or way too low or way too challenging or too easy. You have to figure out what those little pieces in between are, which is very hard to deconstruct it, but once you do, piece them together and keep walking down the path that you want to go to. And another hindrance could be just you thinking, oh, it's just not that hard, or just trying to deflect from the challenge of what it is, but that also doesn't help because you're still not moving. You're still sitting in the same place. You're still stuck. So those are the two perspective switches that I just recently happened, and I figured I'd go ahead and do a video about it while it's fresh. But basically, to reduce the mountains and the valleys, you have to make a trail, so you have to give it more space, more time, more energy, but just a lower amount of energy over a longer amount of time, not more energy, short amount of time, because that causes the mountains and the valleys. And another thing, I tend to be usually processing and uninstalling things in the brain. I wanted to talk about that. I may put that in a different video, so I'm going to keep these short. Yeah, I'll put it in another video. I'll do it right after this and talk about that. So basically, it's not necessarily patience. It's more like learning how to break things down until it's a reasonable trail to walk on, instead of having to rock climb everything. See you in the next video.